Good morning everyone. Welcome to Daily News Analysis by Tathastu ICS. We are going to discuss the Hindu newspaper for the day 29th May 2026. Okay? No worries, you will get the PDF. Just I'll ensure by this Sunday you will be getting all the PDFs. Okay? Don't worry. So good morning Deepak. Good morning Shubhanshu. So let's start the session. So you will get this PDF in the description box. Like you can wait till the evening. By the end of the day, I'll be making sure all the PDFs will be coming to you. Okay, good morning Deepesh. Shall we begin? Let's see certain topics for the day. So first one is about, okay, validating flaws. So this editorial is basically on the Supreme Court's recent judgment on the SIR. Okay, so we all know what is SIR. We will be discussing in a very crux manner. Okay, so now this editorial is saying that, stating certain things like Supreme Court have ignored certain practical issues and they have validated the Election Commission's action related to SIR. So that we are going to see like how it have been basic, okay, the constitutional values of SIR and who will be providing who is responsible for that, who is the authority for that. Basic static that we are going to see, and what we are going to see is the major thing about the exact issue, the practical challenge what it is. So, okay, so that we are going to see. So it is going to impact in our GS2 paper polity. Okay. Then the second one comes India's cow protection regime. This editorial is basically on recently hundreds of cows we are able to see dead in Rajasthan area, and also cows are dying because of starvation near Chhattisgarh area. Okay? Despite having all those strong strict laws for good morning old school and good morning Akshay Yadav and good morning Ashish. So despite having a strict laws, but still we are having n number of a huge number of what the slaughters, and the animals are being died. Okay, so the cow population have gone down. So all these things we are going to see how it is going to benefit the farmer when how the agriculture pattern have been changed, the livestock rearing pattern have been changed from cow to buffalo. All these things we are going to see. So this editorial basically talks about not only the cow protection regime, also the preferences that have been changed the politically, agriculturally, and also the economical impact. So that we are going to see from this article. Okay? So here you can see the governance gap, okay, the policy implementation, the laws, stricter laws, though we have it in the constitution and the rules, but still how it is becoming little weak, where we are lacking in the implementation. So in that case we are going to see the government the governance gap, and also we are going to see other perspectives of the cows the cow slaughter and the buffalo rearing increase. Okay, that we are going to see. So in one case GS2, and you can use this article certain points in essay also, in ethics also, because here they have not only talked about the law, okay, it is also touching the areas where I have talked about the economical terms, okay, and also the political terms, where when it comes to not the politics, okay, be clear with that, the political terms when it comes to why the cows are being slaughtered, and what is why state is stopping me to consume that kind of a food. So it is right away somewhere it is affecting on my personal liberty of food. So that we are going to see here majorly. Okay? The third one is about quantum computing. Okay, so this editorial is talking about how India should be get ready for quantum computers. Okay, the future is not only about AI, even more much analytical and the technical things are coming up in the globe. So now are we ready for the quantum computing era? It is not really for India. We are just building. We are in the very first step. Okay, so this editorial says that India has to be very crucial about it, and we have to work forward for it, because India's digitalization and also many other things integrated with the internet security system, for that quantum computing improvement is very much important in India, that we are going to see. Okay, good morning Abhi. Okay, then the fourth one is about, so here you are going to see two things. One is in the GS3 paper and one is in the GS2 paper also. Why it is in the GS2 paper? major implications will be in GS3 because it is about the technical term, science and technology part that we are going to see. When it comes to GS2, it is somewhere or the other it is important for us to like implement those internet connections, internet security system also in our laws. So, we should be having the technology, and post that we should be having some regulations also. So, for that there will be very minimal touch in GS2 but maximum to the GS3. Okay? The fourth one is about the growing conflict. This editorial is basically about the blockade trend that will be going on, we are going to see in the basis of IR. Okay, the foreign policies are being changed, the approach to the global things are changed. Okay, so that we are going to see. Okay, so is there is any doubt with the topics? Shall we move further? Okay, first one, validating flaws. So the Supreme Court should have scrutinized the SIR's problematic record. So we all know Election Commission of India have constitutional rule, okay, like constitutional authority, so that they have the upper hand of like revising the electoral rolls in India. Okay, they can be editing, okay, they will be editing the rolls like by adding voters, eligible voters, where this eligible voters is about like they should not be disqualified, and also they should be having the age of what? Adult adult suffrage, right? If they are above 18 years, they would be eligible for voting. So these are the things basically, okay, adding voters and also removing voters who have passed away, okay, or else who have actually shifted their demography. Election Commission of India will not be stopping here, they will be adding one more step where they will be, another part of altering is deleting the duplicacy. Okay? Right? So this is the process of like Election Commission when it comes to altering the rules, because they are being provided with the constitutional provision where they can revise the electoral rolls. Okay? So this is a process of special intensive revision also, because the special intensive revision is all about like updating the voters roll. Okay? So that is what the thing is like. So the how they are going to update it by adding, by removing voters and also deleting the like duplicacy and everything. Okay? So if you see the process of it, okay, so the Election Commission of India have been given with the process of like under RPA Act, right, Representation of People's Act 1950, the section 21 subclause 3 have been given like the state, the Election Commission of India can revise the roll, okay, and they can alter the rolls. Good morning, Yadav. Okay? So Election Commission of India can alter the rolls and they can change the rolls, okay, when it comes to a particular constituency. They have that, but here in this case, this author is saying that the section 21(3) have been like somewhere or the other confused among the authorities, where this section 21(3) is saying that, okay, so it is about only in a specific, okay, only in a smaller area they can revise the electoral rolls, but Supreme Court have now told that they have emphasized on the word any, okay. So this any word is a broader perspective that in a district wide or a state wide area the Election Commission can revise those electoral rolls. So that is what the thing that have been upheld by Supreme Court. Okay? And also they have said that free and fair election is a democratic process, right? It is a democratic provision also. So the SIR process is not only about like revising the rolls or something, it is about upholding the democracy process where the eligible voters will be, the actual voters will be there in the list, and the democratic process of like the legal right, the constitutional right of rights of voting, okay, that will be given to the people. So that is what the democracy process they are telling, and also Supreme Court said that it is a fair one, and also it is a like advanced advancement only. There is an update only, okay. That is not the action of SIR, okay. The action through SIR by Election Commission of India is not anything apart from their like authority. It is within their functions, and it is an update only. Okay, it is an advancement process of revising the electoral rolls. So that is what being upheld by this. Okay, so just have a glance about it, and we are going to discuss certain things. Okay, so Supreme Court. Okay. So, okay, can you please tell me, like, because the SAR process we have discussed multiple times, can anybody tell me, like, what are all the articles, okay, that has been like used when it comes to this particular article? List down the constitutional provisions right now. Is anybody is there? Surely. Okay. So, certain articles 326 and also article 324 and the RPA Act of 1950, which we have recently talked about, which the section 21 and subclause 3. Okay. What is article 326? It is universal adult suffrage, where aged people, like the people who have attained 18 years, okay, they will be eligible for voting. They will be having the voting rights. And second one is about article 324, where Election Commission have the control for conducting free and fair elections. Okay. So this is what from this article, just read about it. You please don't get into much of the author's like the language of criticizing, but you should understand what is the actual problem. Okay. So you all like just like you don't want to know about like where it have been started, like Bihar it have been started, and 12 other states we were like having the SAR process. There was a like the process was scrutinized because huge number of voters have been deleted. Okay. So in this thing, two more things are important when it comes to your mains answer. Okay. First thing is about, okay, the reduction in number of voters. Okay. So literally 10% have been reduced from the last electoral rolls. Okay. And second thing is about the gender gap. The thing is, the electoral roll have very less women voters. So major of the voters, they have been deleted because of in the name of duplicacy and also the demographic shift. Major voters who have been affected is women. Okay. So this is a major two things that have been discussed in this article. Okay, and this shows that, okay, how the marriage tradition and also certain things, okay, not only the marriage tradition, also the career growth, the women empowerment, because they are shifting to different areas, either because of the they are getting married and they are moving to another place, and another thing is about like they are moving towards semi-urban or urban areas for employment and everything. So that shows major of the women like are being deleted because of these two reasons. One is highly very like appreciable, where people are moving towards their career, and also the second thing is about it is literally marking the consideration, okay, where the women voters are denied with like this rights of voting, okay, the legal rights, because of their shift because of the marriage. Okay. The thing is about we are not giving the equal status to women when it comes to these kind of things because of certain things. So the author says here, the editorial says that, see, the practical challenges have to be addressed. The revision of electoral rolls is good, it is better, but the practical challenges also have to be taken into the consideration, so that we will not be losing out such valid voters also, and we will be able to provide equal distribution of like whatever the rights or the equal distribution, the equality will be provided. Okay, so that is what they are mentioning here. Okay, according to the exercise has resulted in reduction of more than 10% voter list, and the gender ratio has also dropped unexpectedly in many states. Okay, yes, yeah, Abhi, that is what we are discussing here. Okay, so you are able to understand. So one thing is about women voters are less, and the overall the voters number have been fallen down up to 10%. Okay, and one more thing about here is, you have to use this, you can use this thing in your GS1 society paper also when it comes to women. Okay, chaliye, this is all from this article. Shall we move further? So it is important equally for people. Okay, it is actually important for people to like address the real practical issues when it comes to anything. Okay, if Supreme Court is witnessing that SIR process is good, but they have to understand like where we are lacking. Okay, so the upcoming census will be giving a better results. We will be having an updated list also, so that we can, despite having the registration process again, but it is giving a burden on the citizens also, right? So we have to keep that in mind, like the citizen should not be having much pressure. Okay, instead this kind of like the recent 2027, the upcoming census process, like 2 phases, right? People will be going door to door and they will be taking the census, right? The details. So that kind of a data, if we are using it for the electoral rolls, that would be better. So at least people should be given with enough time, okay, so that they can register again, they can witness their name in their voter list. Okay, so that have to be done. So okay, then this article is majorly about, okay, India's cow protection regime. Okay, for India, cow is a sacred animal, right? And also, if you see in ancient time also, its relevance is high. Okay, so earlier if they wanted to do war, okay, the wealth is actually considered through cattle and livestock only during ancient India. Okay, so till now cow has been felt as a sacred for certain people. Cow has been a like, it have been, its relevance is religiously, and also their importance have been like not changed yet. But when it comes to the economical part, earlier in ancient times, okay, cow has been considered as the highest wealth, and right now buffaloes are more preferred than cow. We are going to see how it is when it was ancient time, when there is war. Okay, initially they will be indicating the war by like taking out the cattle of opposite clan. Okay, if there is 2 different clans and they wanted to fight with each other like for resources or anything else, okay, the war will be indicated to another clan by taking stealing their cows, cattle first of all. Okay, so that was all the major thing. So the relevances from that time to till now, it is same, but now the preferences have been changed. Okay, from cow are being religiously sacred one, now economically they are not performing well. Okay, so this article says certain things like how, despite having a like very stricter laws, still we could able to see, okay, the cows population have gone down to 49%. Sorry, the cow rearing and everything have been gone down. Okay, and also the buffalo rearing preferred highly. Okay, so we are going to see the economical terms, and also yes, that we will be coming to that, Abhi. Okay, so also this economical term, and along with that we are going to see certain political background and Agri background. So these are the things that we are going to actually talk here. Okay. So this article basically says that like we are having a huge and a stricter laws. Article 48 or 40, 58, I have confusion. 48, actually in DPSP it have been said as a 48 only. Okay. So the thing is about, okay. So here they are talking about the faith, okay, and also the political terms where we have talked about Article 21, the personal liberty of food, okay. So keeping that in mind, what was the first thing that we are going to see here is about, okay, the constitutional value, where we are talking about, good morning Mr. X, that is a surprise, okay. So the constitutional value that we are going to see, Article 48 of DPSP, it asks the state to protect, okay, it have been clearly mentioned like in the DPSP, because the state can take the action for safeguarding and promoting the breeding, okay, and also securing the breeds of cattle, cows and also the buffaloes for like they can take the actions, necessary actions for protecting them, okay, from slaughtering and everything, okay. So this is one among that, and we have a law, okay, West Bengal, okay, cow slaughtering law of okay. So this is saying that, okay, we should not be like having, we should not be slaughtering the cows majorly, okay. So here, but one loophole here is, if there is any cow or if there is any cattle, it is older than 14 years, they can be slaughtered, okay. So it is what the contradictory that we are providing. In Gujarat, if you see in one side, okay, the slaughter of cows are like penalized by life imprisonment. So that is what a huge thing, okay. And when it comes to West Bengal law, it gives a loophole, certain restrictions, because the consumption of like the cow meat and also things, it is very huge in certain states like Nagaland, Meghalaya, okay, Kerala. So these kind of areas, it is a food for them, okay. When it comes to other side, there are like many areas where the cow slaughter and the cattle slaughter are being like very strictly prohibited, okay. So we could see and differences in the areas, the demography is different, the food is different, so the laws also being little different from areas to areas. So here they are saying that we have to focus on like kind of a like formulating the rules which is evenly distributed throughout the India, and also keeping that in mind, like we should not be intruding into anybody's personal liberty. The Article 21 should not be personal liberty of Article 21 should not be like eroded, okay. So that is what they are taking from this political thing. Then it comes to the economical thing, okay. Economical side, first thing we have seen that now cows are not that much preferred, and the second thing is about buffaloes are preferred highly. First reason being the cow slaughter is being very strict, but when it comes to buffalo slaughter, it is very less strict. First thing, okay, we can say flexible laws, okay, and cow milk and their like curd and everything, their dairy products are going much higher, okay. The people are preferring because of their texture and taste and everything, okay. And buffaloes are easily available and they are easy to maintain also, so that is one of the thing. So I can use them for farming, okay, and also I can use for integrated agricultural process, and when they are old, when they cannot work much, I can give them to the slaughterhouse, so that the restrictions are also very less, the strict rules are not much applicable to buffalo, so it is a beneficial for farmers, okay. They are giving high yield, like their milk thickness, you know, the density is higher, so even if we are adding water, still it gives a better textured milk, okay, and also it gives a high yielding milk, okay. So that is what one of the reason where they are focusing on this. Okay. Then when it comes to other notion, okay, okay, the other notion about the religion. This is the major thing that we have to talk here. Okay. So the religion here is about in constitution, okay, it has said that if there is any, okay, article 25 basically, where the special provisions, the exclusive religious provision should not be like the sensitive area should not be touched here. Okay. So when it comes to religion, when it exactly comes to cow, okay, because we have, why we are talking particularly about cow right now, because we have laws for protecting the cow and it shows the majoritarian touch, because in India the Hindu population is the majoritarian, right? So their sensitive and also their religious faith, right? So that is majorly upheld in this case when it comes to the cow. Okay? So that's why we are emphasizing more on cow. That's why this article is completely on like being contradictory, and along with that we are not just for namesake we are keeping the laws and everything, and we are having a strict rules, but also we are not concentrating on the other side where we are sidelining the cows. So that is what the major thing is, and we are going to see why it is. Okay? Another notion of this article is about the religion, where article 25, like the exclusive religious practices will not be like disturbed, and it will be taken into the consideration with sensitivity. Okay? So that from here, if you see in the Hindu religion, it is sacred, okay, but the thing is like it have also mentioned in the constitution that if there is it have upheld in the Supreme Court judge when it comes to the Qureshi case, Muhammad Qureshi case, there they have mentioned that Islam and Hindu, they both doesn't have the exclusive religious practices when it comes to cow. Okay? So the thing is like they cannot claim that the consumption of cow meat is not a exclusive religious practice of whom the Islamic people also, and it is not majorly considered as a very sensitive area for Hindu religion also. Why? When it comes to Islam, Babur, Jahangir, all these people have like stood by the side of like opposite to the cow slaughtering. They even proposed, they even like had that kind of idea when it comes to the Mughal period and everything. Okay, they have told the legislations was at that time, it was like the cow slaughter should not be done, because that will be reflecting on the communal harmony also, right? Because two different sects are being in one particular society, in one particular area. Okay, it should not be affecting others' sensitivity also and others' faith also, right? And along with that, they have mentioned that it is not a particular religious for whom it is not a particular religious, special religious practices for any of them. Okay? In the Hindu side, if you see, the cow slaughter have been done, the cow is being consumed from by Hindus also at ancient times. Okay? So that relevance is also we have. So it is like we cannot like bluntly we cannot go and give that opinion ki this faith belongs to this particular religion. Instead, we have to make sure like we should make sure that none of the faith and the sensitivity have to be disturbed, and also there should be very minimal like this kind of consumption should be done. Okay, when it comes to staple food, at that time it is okay. Otherwise, we have to go with the protection of those cattle and everything. Okay, so this is what from the religion perspective. So we have confirmed with the major part, which is constitutional provisions and also the religion and also the economical things. When it comes to the agriculture, like the farmers are highly preferring, and by the census, okay, by the cattle census, we are able to see that, okay, we are able to understand that since 1951, okay, the cow rearing have been increased to population have been increased to 49%. Okay, and when it comes to buffaloes, it have been increased to 154% nearly. So it shows that, okay, there is a high population in this. The rearing of buffaloes are high when it comes to cow, and also the reason being the economical terms that I have told you. Okay, and along with that, one more thing is like one more polity related thing, the governance related thing. Okay, we could see n number of cattle roaming around the streets, right? The actually when it comes to the cows, farmers are letting them out. Okay, they are being abandoned because of they are not able to like maintain the cows. Okay, and one more thing is like the native cow breed are being declined in India, and we are like more into Jersey cows, okay, which gives lot of milk, but that is not native to India. That also we have to see. And second thing, we are more in what, like the breeding process, okay, that has been highly artificial right now when it comes to cow especially. So all these things are considering matters which is bringing the population down, and also we are losing out the native species, and along with that cows population is going day by day, it is going down and down, and buffaloes are preferred much. So that is what we are able to see it from here. Okay, so the subsidies and also many other things have to be introduced so that we will be having like see the cattle rearing, it should not be only economical, it also should be like having the agricultural touch. We should be having the integrated agriculture where the livestock will be helping us in everything. Okay, so at one point of time if you see like when it comes to the food habits and everything, obviously if people are consuming it for years and years, like if it is staple, okay, if it is staple, then we have to make sure like the minimal consumption should be taken care. Okay, if not, if it is possible for us to move out from that particular practice, then that is better, we can go for that. Okay, so that is what been mentioned in this article. Please do read about it. Okay, and the cases that I have mentioned certain, okay, where they have clearly mentioned that. Okay, it is purposefully kept in the article 48. Okay, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar eventually placed cow protection within non-justiciable directive principles under 48 of the constitution, following which several states enacted laws after independence prohibiting cow slaughter. Yet, this is the major thing. Okay, yet cattle census data suggests that the objective of preserving and increasing the cow population has not been achieved. So this is a major thing that we have to focus. So now the stricting of, again, the stricting of those laws alone will not work for India. Other than that, we have to see, okay, not the slaughters, along with the slaughter law, we have to see many other things. Okay, then, okay, here it is. Okay, I'll read it for you. Strikingly, even the prominent Hindutva ideologue Vinayak Damodar Sarkar held views that differ significantly from those of many present day Hindutva activists. Consequently, cow reverence may not satisfy the parameters of the essential religious practices test, which requires practice to be mandatory from the time of origin of the religion, which we have talked. Neither in Hindu nor in the Islamic religion it is mandatory. Okay, the practices that we are going on. In Muhammad Hanif Qureshi was a state of Bihar, the Supreme Court of India rightly held that cow slaughter on Bakr Eid is not an essential Islamic practice either. Several Muslim rulers, where we have talked about the Babar and everything, right? So Babar, Jahangir, Humayun, so they are like against the slaughtering of those animals. Okay? So this is where we are like thinking. So so the cow slaughter or any other slaughtering, okay, it will not be, it is not a essential core of any religion. So unless and until if it is essential core, we cannot question, we cannot like stop them. Okay, if it is essential practices, then it is okay, the core practices, then we should be given the like the flexibility to not to affect their faith. But if it is not the core practices, then we can try to prevent it. Okay. Cows are more likely to produce milk and increase population. Jersey cows are also fine, but according to knowledge, people raise child more often and worship them in many other religions. Right, right. Okay. Okay. So please do read about this article. Okay, and also in Puttaswamy case they have, okay, when it comes to the privacy, where we have talked about the food habit, right, the eating, the food, the wearing, the clothes that we are wearing, the food that we are eating, all this comes under the personal liberty and also the privacy. So here they have mentioned the case, Puttaswamy case also, when it comes to, okay, the privacy. Okay, so that is also you can read about it. Shall we, let's move to the another one. Okay, the quantum safe thinking. So the quantum computers. Okay, see, generally quantum computers will be having very different and difficult mathematical algorithms. Okay, so quantum computers will not be easily like made in normal computers. It needs special algorithms, as I have told you. And India, like the globe is moving towards a much better technologies right now. So one among them is quantum computing, as you all know. As you all know, like quantum computers is one of the like advanced process, right? So this article is saying that India is ready for its future when it comes to, please reply that I also study this. I'm studying. I couldn't see your message. So can you please repeat your message so that I can see it? Bagla, please. Okay. So here they are saying that something is hidden, and when it comes to encryption mode, okay. So this article completely talks about certain things, okay, where we have to start building the encryption much stronger with quantum computing, because nowadays the technology is going like this, like how if the encryption process is not okay, if it is not good in the constructive manner, okay, that will be helping hackers to take data and they can store it right now. Then when the quantum computers are actually having, I'm still in 12th, please don't mind if I make some mistake in answering. Not at all, Abhi. See, dekho, the learning process itself is by doing mistake. If you are doing mistake, it means that you are learning. So nothing to be worried about it. Please feel free to learn from the mistakes that you do and also from others do. Okay? So don't be hesitate to ask question or something. I'm really good with that, not an issue. If it is relevant to the classes, I'll address it. If it is not, then we will be like having different, like I'll be saying that it is not relevant, we will talk about it later. Okay, that's it, Abhi. Please don't hesitate. Okay, chaliye, let's talk about this. It is very like, this article is very technical. We are not going much into the technical, but we are just reading about in the overall perspective. Okay? So the Q day, when the quantum computers are being very strong and worldwidely it is becoming important, are we ready for it? Not really, because the encryption process, the algorithm that we use are not that strong. We have to focus on more. First thing is about AI. Okay, one of the technology, it is being a very like challenging thing for software systems, right? And when it comes to the quantum computers, okay, it will be a challenge for what? Internet security. So we are going to see that. Why it is coming under internet security? Because India is going to the digital era and we are having lots and lots of like digital transactions and data, everything being maintained in the digital thing. So encryption is very much important. Encryption is nothing but there it is a password or key, passkey kind of a thing, where two people or two different elements are being connected, there will be having a certain algorithms to set up privacy settings, okay, so that the third person will not be able to access those. That is the encryption. If you see in your WhatsApp and all, that is what end to end encrypted, right? So the person, you are sending some messages to other person and other person is sending it to you. It will be between you only, no other person can see it. Okay? Like digitally they cannot see it. So that is what the encryption is basically, right? So the quantum computers, using them will be more easy for us to secure them, okay. And if we are not moving towards those, and it will be easily encrypted by the hackers, and they will be using those data for the misuse purposes. So that is what they are telling. India should move towards bettering their what, the quantum computers, okay. So certain things they have mentioned here, we are going to see one by one. The new DST task force report on making India's digital ecosystem quantum safe is a product of complementing a threat that is both long term and urgent. Okay? Today, public key cryptography underpins online identity protection and secure communications. So here they are also talking about the different mathematical practices that we usually that we are supposed to take here. Okay? So because by making the computation, okay, very critical and being very hard by making the mathematical algorithms, it secures most of the data and it secures the whole process. Otherwise it will be difficult for everybody to go with. Okay? So wherever we are using the internet security system like banking, okay, and also UPI payment, communication, where the telecom network, all these areas we need to bring it up to secure the data and everything. Okay? So along with that, what they have told that, like certain things like superpositioning, for those things quantum computer is very much needed. So just please read about it. It is saying that, okay, the importance of it, the budget allocation should be there, software have to be like the software have to be introduced, the skill development towards quantum computing should be there, the academic process that have to be taken into the consideration. So all these things are being said in this article, just please read about it. Okay? Moving on, the brinkmanship in the age of growing conflict. Okay? So if you see the brinkmanship is a technicality where they will be using the blockade as a war technique. Okay? So if you are having any conflict with anybody, any country, okay, the another country will be having the interest of, like, if I want to sideline any other country, if I want to block somebody, the trade wise they will be doing it. It have been in the practice since sorry ma'am, please speak in bilingual. This is my first class. It's very amazing. Thank you, Ritik. Since it is your first class, but I am telling you again, I have told this multiple times. I am very bad in Hindi. I am working on my Hindi. Okay, I'll try to keep it bilingual, but like allow me for some time so that I'll be practicing my Hindi and I'll be coming back with bilingual mode. Okay, because if I start talking in Hindi, the thing is like I'm doing like वो थोड़ा सा वो मिस्टेक आ रहे हैं हिंदी पे, और इसके अलावा आई डोंट नो लाइक टू हाउ फार यू वुड बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड माई हिंदी. सो दैट इज वन ऑफ द इश्यू that I am facing right now. So please, okay, for you also join this. चार्विक, आपका क्वेरी क्या है? यू आर आस्किंग मी टू रिप्लाई यू, बट प्लीज टेल मी योर क्वेरी. ठीक है, आपका क्वेरी मुझे दिख ही नहीं रहा है. जब तक मुझे दिखेंगे मैं कैसे बोलूँगी, है ना. आंसर तो जब बोल सकती हूँ तब क्वेश्चन, इफ आई एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड, राइट. ठीक है, ठीक है. No, don't be sorry, Ritik. I understand. Majorly, like people go for bilingual because that would be easy for understanding. I accept it, but I'm working on it. Okay, allow me for some time that I'll be like going with bilingual. Okay. So coming back to the topic, so since cold era, okay, we are having this blockade, like the trend. Okay, so a legacy of the Cold War era, brinkmanship refers to a single action or a series of actions during a conflict or a sort of war situation that forces a perilous climb up the escalation ladder to force the adversary to back down, make concessions, negotiate, or even do something irrational that would justify the use of uncalibrated or widespread use of force. So, something is like you are forcing somebody, just for an example, okay? I mean class 9th, and may I take these classes from now. You can obviously, learning is something, okay, your learning is something very good process, okay? Age is just a number for learning. Whenever you are learning things, that is a investment for you, okay? So, you can take these classes and it will be like you will be more aware about it, and also you will be having the touch of what this studies. If you are preparing, if you wanted to be in the line of civil services, from if you are starting early, that will be a more that will give you more broader perspective and understanding. So, obviously you can go for it, and along with that, if you are in the like just now you have started 9th, then okay. If you are going to give board next year, then don't go with this classes for time being when during your like during your board exams and everything. Okay, quantum computer is correct now, but the statement of end-to-end encryption which Meta and other apps give, the algorithm do not follow, due to which data always gets leaked. So, quantum. Yes. So, that is what we are talking about, right? So, end-to-end encryption is right now in the basic format in India, right? So, when we are using the quantum, when our quantum computing is being so strong, the end-to-end encryption will be very like super strong, okay? Then there won't be much leaks. And if you see one other time, like the quantum computer, sorry, keeping quantum computer side, Meta and every other people, they are having the data backups. So, it is somewhere or other it is getting stored, even if it is said that end-to-end encryption, okay? So, that we have to see. But when it comes to like quantum computers, to we will be having better security, and along with that, for the surveillance and the law and order maintenance, we need some open gate also, so that we can access the data, that government can access the data, so that we would be able to identify like what kind of a communication is going on, and what kind of a things, right, we can be preventing in a very earlier manner, like just if there is any terrorist attack and everything, that we can go for it. Even cyber attacks, right, if we are having the quantum computing in our basically what this defense technology and everything, that will be very cyber security, defense technology, all these are requiring that kind of a strong system, so that it will not be misguided. AI is literally diluting everything very so quickly, right? So, having a stronger system is very much needed when it comes to defense, telecom, and also because telecom industry, IT services are huge. It is a backbone for India apart from this what agriculture, right? So, it is very much important having the quantum computer, okay? Chaliye, coming back to this, okay? So, the example of Iran and like US, let's take, okay? So, what happened, Iran and US are going with the conflict, right? So, one is doing the other thing where the blockade the blockade trend has been going there, right? So, first Iran have blocked the Strait of Hormuz, and it is asking like US had to be stop all those activities, that is one thing. And US have blocked the Persian Gulf, it have stopped the shipping activities over there, and also they are asking the Iran to sign certain deals, that's how it will be opening the blockade, right? So, the same thing, it is like you are forcing somebody to go with your algorithms and to go with your commitments, okay? So, that is how you are making, like you are forcing other country to do when it comes to a conflict or war. So, that is what the brinkmanship is talking about, okay? So, earlier it was like during the Cold War era, okay? So, it was like in 1960s, while analyzing crises such as the Berlin blockade, okay, and also the Cuban Missile Crisis, the term also warned of the risk of escalation spiraling out of control, particularly in the nuclear context. So, this is a major important thing, okay. So now this have been came back again when it comes to the same Iran and US conflict, and also the Russia and Ukraine war, where we are more of blocking things, and also we are forcing them to, the other countries forcing them to go with the things. Okay, so here they are talking about the return of the brinkmanship. Okay, after the Cold War era, now they are going for the proxy brinkmanship also, where the other person is going on with that. Okay, when it comes to US and Iran conflict, again US is asking India to stop buying oil from Iran, and other people also moving towards the diversification of oil, right? So it is a kind of a proxy brinkmanship. Okay, so that is what they are telling here. The growing resilience on brinkmanship threatens an already fragile global order. So everybody is, the trust deficit is growing high, and because of this proxy brinkmanship and other kind of brinkmanship, it is showing that people are more into power, they are more into like acquiring the power, to show the global dominance that they are doing it. Okay, so along with that, they have said that, see here we have the example of US, okay, and Iran, to squeeze it economically and make it come to the negotiating table. Okay, so this is what the core extraction of this brinkmanship. Okay, so for time being, asymmetric counter brinkmanship that has yielded disappropriate strategic outcomes by blocking the Strait of Hormuz, because that is making more sensitively that it is attacking on global oil prices, and it is more attacking on the harmony in that particular area. Okay, so right now we are neglecting the diplomacy by keeping this brinkmanship, because diplomacy where two other parties problems will be discussed and it will be taken into the consideration, right? So I will be saying my concern and the other person will be saying their concern, and we will be going on with it. But now with the power and with the economical dominance, people are neglecting the diplomacy, instead they are going for this brinkmanship, which is not good for the global order. So that is what been discussed here. Okay, please do read about it, and the force that we are using, the term, the certain things that we are using to dominate when it comes to US, North Korea, or be it Russia, be it China. So everywhere it is like the force that they are putting upon the sanctions, okay, the sanctions and also the blockades, and along with that the proxy war, all these are like kind of this particular brinkmanship only. So indirectly you are forcing somebody to accept all your deals. Okay, so that is what going on with this. Please do read about this. This will be impacting in our this will be reflecting in your GS2 IR paper, this brinkmanship. There may be a statement based question in the prelims also, okay, the term brinkmanship, and also you can use this when it comes to formulating the foreign policy as well. Okay, so please do read about this article, and if you have any doubt, please let me know. Otherwise we will wind up the session for the day. Okay. Okay, so I guess there is no doubt for the day. If there is anything, please let me know. Otherwise, we will wind up the session. You will be getting this PDF by end of the evening. I make sure that it is with you with full detailed script. Okay. Chaliye. Wish you all a very good day, and thank you for joining. Let's meet in the another session. Thank you so much.